Conservative MP Larry Brock has got this witness completely backed into a corner. He is truly the king of catching liars, and he's at it again.
Exactly a week ago, I asked you a question. You couldn't answer the question. I want to know why you deliberately, your agency, the CBSA, not you personally, why the CBSA deliberately misled and lied to the Auditor General when saying that GC Strategies actually provided a proposal for the initial contract to work with the CBSA. That's what the CBSA confirmed to the Auditor General. The Auditor General confirmed that, in fact, that was false. So here's your opportunity to come clean to Canadians and to members of this committee. You, as a representative of the CBSA, why did you mislead the Auditor General?
So as a representative of the CBSA, I do not believe the CBSA did mislead the Auditor General. There were different choices at that time, and one of the choices was to have an in-house developed project using staff augmentation, which is the GC Strategies.
I'll stop you right there. Are you suggesting the Auditor General simply got it wrong? They looked for a proposal on the initial contract with CBSA that you said you had in your possession from GC Strategies, and they confirmed it wasn't there.
Well, I think what you're referring to is missing documentation, which I think has been subject to a number of different inquiries. Lots of different people have been looking for the documentation, and that is also part of the investigation to see whether the documentation is missing because of COVID.
Oh no, COVID ate his homework.
GC Strategy, specifically Mr. Firth, when he attended a few weeks ago, refused to answer questions regarding his involvement in the $25 million IT service contract, stating that responding to that question would somehow jeopardize the RCMP investigation. So we know through the Auditor General's report that I'm sure that you have read that GC, Government of Canada Strategies, was directly involved in the drafting the narrow terms of that $25 million IT service contract.
Point of order,
Just one
Chair.
second, Mr. Brock. Yes, Ms. Shanahan?
Yeah, it's just on this Government of Canada that Mr. Brock is referring to. Is this an official name? I'm just
That's not a
confused. It's
point.
GC Strategies.
Ms. Shanahan, that's
as I-
not a point of order. If the witness is seeking clarity, they're entitled to ask, but not members. Mr. Brock, I don't know if you want to ask your question again. I'll give you time if you do. So
That's fine.
Yeah,
Please
get
do.
in line, you liberal.
Benefit, it was actually Mr. Firth himself who confirmed that the GC stands for Government of Canada. Not my words, your witness, Ms. Shanahan, Mr. Firth. So, Mr. Firth, through GC Strategies, created their own terms, drafted their own contract, which surprisingly they actually won. 25 million tax dollars, Canadian taxpayer dollars. Who at CBSA allowed that to happen?
Justin Trudeau,
Well, I
just
think,
say
as
it.
I've
You know
said
you want to.
previously, it is unacceptable for
No,
a
sir,
contractor.
I know it's unacceptable. Everyone knows it's unacceptable. You're the one responsible, you're accountable for this mess. You're accountable for failures. Now provide us some answers. Who at the CBSA, I want names and I want positions, allowed Government of Canada Strategies to draft their own contract worth 25 million taxpayer dollars? Name, sir.
Well, that is, as I've said
Justin
before,
Trudeau,
it's the Board
Prime Minister of
Technologies and
Canada.
Innovation Directorate, which were responsible for that.
Give me a name. Not a department, give me a name.
Well, the DG is Mr. MacDonald, and the Executive Director was Mr. Utano. They were responsible for drafting the statement of
Are you
work.
saying it was Mr. MacDonald and Mr. Utano who allowed GC Strategies to write their own contract? Is that your evidence?
I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that's what
I
we
want. That's the
investigated.
question I'm putting to you, sir. How more
Point of
simpler can I
order,
phrase
Mr. Chair.
it? Who at
Point of order, Mr.
CBSA
Chair.
just one
allowed
second,
this
Mr.
to
Brock.
happen?
I've taught Ms. Khalid. What is your point of order?
With the years of experience we've had, we treat our witnesses with a little bit more respect than what Mr. Brock is
That's not a point
treating
of
our
order.
witnesses
Ms.
as
Khalid,
right now.
that is not a point of order. Mr. Brock is trying to get an answer and is becoming, I think, rightly frustrated the way a lot of Canadians are. Mr. Brock, you have the floor again.
Mr. Moore, let's not.
Ouch, that didn't go very well for her, as the chair, acting like a knight in shining armor for Canadians, rips the Liberal secretary apart.
At CBSA allowed Government of Canada Strategies to write their own contract, which they won, $25 million. Give me names, please.
Well, I think as I've already given you names, but they're...
And I asked you, you gave me names, you gave me Mr. McDonald, Mr. Utano. I asked you, are they responsible for allowing GC to write the contract? You said no. So the question now is, sir, who at CBSA allowed it?
I said I do not know because it is under investigation, and that is a key part of investigation internally.
How could you not know?
Point of order
How could
again,
you not
Mr.
know,
Chair.
sir?
Just 1 second, Mr. Brock. Yes, Miss Khalid.
This is a point of order on decorum. The witness has said time and time again he does not know. There is ongoing investigations. Why are we badgering a witness?
Again, that is not a
Please,
point of
Chair.
order, Chair.
That is absolutely a point of order, Chair. This is about decorum.
Miss Khalid, Mr. Brock's question was simple. Why don't you know? That's what that was his question. It seems to be a valid question. You might not like how it's posed.
I'm so sorry, Chair. I didn't know you became an agent for the Conservatives there. But
Damn, she must need this job badly.
MP, to be fair, he's also the chair of this committee, which begs of him to be nonpartisan in his deliberations in how we operate as a committee. Yes, it does.
Yes, Ms. Khalid,
yes, it does.
And I'll point out I've had my share of Conservative MPs who have whinged at some of the decisions I've made as well. So when I get it from both sides, I find myself right in the position I need to be. Ms. Khalid, Mr. Brock has the floor. His question was, why don't you know? That question.
Either she needs this job badly or she's legally obligated.
You can ask for 6 minutes.
Okay, hold on. Miss Khalid, you talk, the more time Mr. Brock has, because you're running into his time to get questions going back.
Either way, she's never working in Canadian politics after 2025. And that goes for everyone in the NDP and the Liberal Party at this point.
Silenced by Miss Khalid or Miss Shanahan or anyone on that Liberal bench, because these are relevant questions that Canadians want to know an answer to. So I'll ask it again for the 5th time, sir. Why do you not know who in particular allowed GC to write the terms of their own contract, given your position at the CBSA? And the question can go to Mr. Vleming as well. Why do you not know?
So actually, Mr. Hayes has helped me with the chronology in that Mr. MacDonald actually left for CBSA on the 23rd of April 2021, and the first competitive contract awarded to GC Strategies was on the 16th of May 2022. It is still subject to review of the independent of the investigations. Once that has
the investigation run by Mr. Lafleur.
Mr. Brock,
this guy over here trying to literally throw somebody under the bus that wasn't even there at the time. What a nice guy. Giving names that guy quit before it even happened. Comment, like, and subscribe. You've been served.